Hi folks, Jack from Smoky Mountain Scientific. I hope you can hear this. Anyway, today what I want to do is show you how to assemble a WheeTrometer spectrometer. And so let's see what we can do here. Let's take a look at the junk that we get straight off the 3D printer. Looks about like this. And what happens is we take it apart and you got to clean it up. You got all these little holes and big holes that have supports in them. You need to get all that, all the excess plastic cut out. All right. When you have the plastic pieces cut out, you'll see various holes. This is a significant sized hole there, and those are where some of our parts are going to go. Okay, so we have the main body here. We have the lid that goes on it backwards. What else do we have? We have this cell holder. We have the piece that holds the focusing mirror. We have the electronics all on one board. On one side is the charge couple device. On the other side is the microcontroller and various parts. We have a little piece of foam, craft foam there. We have the collimating mirror. We have the mount for the collimating mirror. It's got a flat side and it's got the side the mirror drops in. We have a couple of different pieces that hold the diffraction grating. We have the diffraction grating, and we will we also have this guy here. This is the slit for the optical slit. Okay, so let's start putting this thing together and see how it goes. See if I can figure out how to make the... Alright, so hopefully that'll continue recording the sound while we assemble this. Okay, so here we have the cell holder and the optical slit, and I believe this guy requires some 5/8 inch number 4 screws. Okay, so all the sheet metals, all the screws we use are sheet metal screws, number 4, and you know what? That seems way too long. So no, it doesn't need 5/8. It needs 3/8. Let's see if I can find some 3/8. There we go. Those are number 2 screws. We need number 4 screws. Dang, man. I think I'd get my act together quicker, but I just have not. There's 3/4 screws. I had this thing all assembled. You'd think I'd hold the pieces together, wouldn't you? All right, so we're going to find some screws that are approximately the right size and shove them in there. Yeah, well, that's way long, but what you gonna do? All right, we're just gonna work with this, okay? All right, we make sure that our slit is aligned with the up and down part of the cell holder. We hold this thing so that it doesn't all fall apart. Set it on the body of the spectrometer like that, and we're just going to screw it together. Okay, we're not going to screw any one in real tight until we get all 4 of them started, just like you would any other project. And that seems to be, it's getting there. Not the most exciting part of the video, but I'm sure you've seen worse. Yep. All right, that's snugged up. Okay. So, as I said, the thing goes together with number 4 sheet metal screws, and there's one exception, and that is the focusing mirror goes in with 3mm machine screws. So let's just and I put the nuts in there. The mount has recessed hexagonal little pockets for the screws to go in, or for the nuts to go in. Drops down like that. I believe these guys, the bolts are about 20 millimeters. And what we want to do, that's not what we want to do. Damn it. What we don't want to do is drop the thing out the bottom, but that's how life is. And because we have done this before, we know that you need to hold on to it with a pair of needle nose pliers. You then go at it like this, try to get it all aligned properly. There we go. All right, once again, you just get it started, and then you can let go. Get your last of these bad puppies. Hold it in there while you get the guy started. All right, so I have all of the those pieces started in there. I guess the light is not real good for this, but now we're going to take our mirror. It's a concave mirror that's kind of rectangular, and it sits in there. We then take this piece of black, everything's black, take a piece of black foam, craft foam, set that in there, and that foam is what we use instead of springs, right? So the foam gives us a little force to back out against. All right, so there's our focusing mirror and our cell holder, and now we're going to put in the collimating mirror. Collimating mirror goes in the collimating mirror mount, and just presses into there. It doesn't really press in, it just sits in there. Let's find some reasonable length screws. That one looks like a good size. Now we're going to set this on top there, and I believe this piece was designed to be roughly square, so it shouldn't matter what direction you go at it from. But having said that, I'll probably get it screwed up. And is that one long enough? Yeah, it's got a little bite to it. All right. There's 3, and we'll get us a little 5/8. That one's way, okay, so 5/8 is way wrong on that. These guys are quarter, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be too small. But somewhere we have something that'll fit. There's 3/8. Problem is I get too many things going on, and I just can't do it all at once. Just can't keep track of it all at once. All right. Looks like 3/8 is really what you want there. Okay. Oh, shoot. All right, so we got those pieces in, got our 2 mirrors in. Let's put in the diffraction grating. There's a little arrow, don't know that you can see it, but the arrow is on the bottom side of this, and this is the mount that this sits in. The arrow goes away from where the whatever it's called, the beam of light goes, and that goes on this. These 2 pieces are going to sandwich the collimating mirror into the place where we want it. So we're just going to set that down in there, and we're going to wish that we had the right size screws, but we'll see what we can do. Okay, try to keep that on. And it would be a good idea to wear gloves while you're doing this so you don't mess up the surface of your grating. But this grating is one that I've scratched up already, so I'm not worried too much about it. Okay, so we have all of our optical pieces in here. We have the cell holder, the slit, the light comes through the slit, comes down to the collimating mirror. The collimating mirror it reflects off of and comes over to the grating. After the grating, it hits the focusing mirror, and that focuses it onto the detector. All right, so the detector goes in like that and screws in with 1/4 inch number 4 sheet metal screws. Yeah. All right, come on. Thought this thing had a magnet in it. I'm sure it does, but these stainless screws don't appear all that magnetic. Anyway, we just about have it, folks. All right, so once you have it to this point, I like to focus it at this point, but that's going to be for another time. The focusing involves using a fluorescent lamp, and the fluorescent lamp will give you lines of color. There'll be a red line and a couple green lines and blue lines and violet lines, and you use that to make sure that the lines when they come through here will end up focused onto the detector. All right, but we're not going to do that today. What we're going to do is we're going to say, all right, so once we have it to that point, we put the lid on, push it down nicely. You have 4 places where screws go on. You can screw that guy on there, and there's also a cover for the electronics, and the recommended procedure is to line the cover up and then drill the holes for these for the 1/4 inch sheet metal screws that secure the electronics cover. All right, get that guy screwed down. Okay, there's 2 more of these things. One there. Yep. One more on the top. Okay, and at that point we are ready to plug this in, and let's see if I can find the appropriate cord. It uses a mini USB, not a micro USB, but a mini. And I had it just a second ago while I was getting ready for this. I believe that, no, that's a micro. There we go. Damn it. Keep kicking the tripod, but we'll get it back. Okay, last little piece here. This guy plugs in like that. and the other end goes into your computer, normal USB stuff. Okay, that is my little demo for assembling the Smoky Mountain Scientific WheeTrometer, and hope you enjoyed it.